Hello, everyone. Harry is in shock, the impact of William's smart move and the public rejection at Lord Fellowes' funeral. The recent funeral of Lord Fellowes, a close friend of the royal family, provided yet another stage for the ongoing drama between Prince Harry and his brother, Prince William. What could have been a solemn occasion of mourning became an unexpected reflection of the deepening rift within the House of Windsor. Harry faced a stark moment of public disapproval when he was met with boos from some attendees. This reception underscored the growing divide not only between him and his brother, but also between Harry and sections of the public. Reports suggest that William made a strategic move ahead of the funeral to bolster his standing within the royal family, subtly distancing himself from his estranged brother. The audible disapproval directed at Harry served as a stark reminder of the consequences of his departure from royal duties and his subsequent public criticisms of royal life. The event has sparked renewed speculation about whether this rift will deepen or if there might still be a path to reconciliation. Meanwhile, William's steady approach appears to have reinforced his position within the royal fold, contrasting sharply with Harry's increasingly contentious public persona. The funeral of Lord Fellowes was anticipated to be a quiet and dignified event, reflecting the traditions and decorum that the royal family is known for. However, it quickly became a significant moment in the ongoing saga of Harry and William. The funeral setting, a place usually associated with unity and respect, ironically highlighted the division between the two brothers. Reports indicate that William's strategic maneuvering before the event was designed to subtly assert his status and distance himself from the controversies surrounding Harry. This move, though seemingly discreet, speaks volumes about the current state of their relationship. It suggests that William is consciously solidifying his role and reputation within the family, aware of the need to maintain a stable and dignified image amidst the turbulence caused by his brother's actions. Harry's reception at the funeral was markedly different. The boos he encountered reflect not only the public's discontent with his recent choices, but also a broader disillusionment with his perceived disregard for the values and duties that have long defined the royal family. This public rebuke was more than just a spontaneous reaction. It was a signal of the frustration that some sections of the British public felt about Harry's perceived attacks on the institution that he was once a part of. The public reaction to Harry at Lord Fellowes' funeral underscores a complex and evolving sentiment. While Harry and Meghan may still have a base of support, particularly among younger and more progressive demographics, the booing at the funeral reveals a growing dissatisfaction among more traditional supporters of the monarchy. These are people who see Harry's behavior, from his public grievances to his tell-all memoir, Spare, as damaging to the institution they hold dear. The audible booing suggests that, for many, Harry's criticisms of the royal family and his departure from royal duties are seen not as acts of courage or honesty, but as betrayals. They feel that he has broken the unwritten contract that binds the royals to their public, a commitment to service, discretion, and loyalty to the institution, regardless of personal disagreements or challenges. This sentiment is further amplified by the perception that Harry's actions have been self-serving. Instead of working quietly to resolve family conflicts, he has aired grievances in public forums, seemingly at the expense of his family's reputation. This approach has not endeared him to those who value the monarchy's traditions of privacy and restraint. The boos at the funeral may therefore be seen as an expression of this disillusionment, a direct, if uncomfortable, message to Harry about how he is perceived by a significant portion of the British public. In contrast, Prince William's actions before the funeral appear to have been part of a broader strategy to reinforce his status within the royal family. By subtly distancing himself from Harry and the controversies that surround him, William is positioning himself as a stable and reliable figure, qualities that are crucial for a future king. William's strategy seems to involve not only solidifying his own public image, but also protecting the broader interests of the monarchy. In a period marked by significant change and uncertainty, his steady presence offers a reassuring contrast to the turbulence associated with Harry's more controversial actions. His calculated approach suggests a keen understanding of the need to maintain public trust in the institution, even as individual members may falter. By reinforcing his own role and distancing himself from his brother, William is also signaling his readiness to assume greater responsibilities within the family. This move is likely designed to strengthen his position as a key figure in the monarchy's future, showcasing his commitment to the values of duty and service that the institution relies upon. The public rebuke that Harry faced at the funeral was not just a personal embarrassment, It was a powerful reminder of his growing estrangement from the very institution he was once a central part of. Being booed at such a solemn event would have been a jarring experience for anyone, but for Harry, it must have been particularly painful given the context of his strained relationship with his family and the public. Harry's reaction, described by observers as visibly shaken, suggests that he may have underestimated the extent of public disapproval. This moment of shock could serve as a catalyst for reflection, prompting him to consider whether his current path is truly in his best interests or whether it has led him further away from his roots and his family. However, there is also the possibility that this incident could deepen his sense of isolation and resentment, pushing him further away from any potential reconciliation. If Harry interprets the boos as a confirmation that he is no longer welcome or respected in the UK, it could harden his resolve to continue down his current path, rather than seek a way back into the royal fold. The funeral incident serves as a stark reminder of the long-standing friction between Harry and his family. While some may hope that such moments could spur a reconciliation, the reality appears far more complicated. The public disapproval and the visible tension between the brothers suggest that the rift may have reached a point where it is difficult to imagine a full and genuine reunion. The dynamics within the royal family have always been complex, but the current situation between Harry and William appears to be particularly fraught. William's decision to distance himself and strategically elevate his standing suggests that he is prepared to move forward without his brother by his side if necessary. Meanwhile, Harry's position seems increasingly precarious, caught between his desire for independence and the realities of his diminished standing both within the family and in the eyes of the public. This deepening rift poses a serious challenge to any hope for reconciliation. For such a process to begin, both sides would need to make significant concessions and demonstrate a willingness to rebuild trust. Given the current climate, however, such a scenario seems unlikely, at least in the immediate future. Beyond the public and familial implications, there is a deeper psychological dimension to consider. Harry's shock and apparent distress at the public booing highlight his ongoing struggle with identity and acceptance. Having chosen to step back from his royal duties and criticize the institution, Harry now finds himself in a difficult position, caught between two worlds. In the US, he is attempting to carve out a new role as a public figure and advocate, but his connection to the UK and the royal family remains a significant part of his identity. The rejection he faced at the funeral may exacerbate feelings of alienation and loss, contributing to a sense of being adrift and disconnected from his roots. This psychological struggle is compounded by the tension between his desire for autonomy and the reality that his public persona is still inextricably linked to the very institution he has distanced himself from. Harry's experience at the funeral serves as a stark reminder of the challenges he faces in trying to reconcile these conflicting aspects of his identity. It also raises questions about whether he will ever be able to fully integrate into either world without feeling a sense of loss or compromise. The incident at Lord Fellow's funeral is yet another indicator of the internal friction within the royal family, and it presents a challenge for the monarchy moving forward. The family must navigate not only their own complex dynamics, but also the court of public opinion, which remains deeply divided on the subject of Harry and Meghan. For the royal family, the key question will be how to maintain unity and stability in the face of ongoing tensions. This may require a careful balancing act. On one hand, preserving the core values and traditions that have defined the monarchy for centuries. On the other, finding a way to adapt to changing societal expectations and perceptions. William's strategic distancing from Harry suggests that he is keenly aware of these challenges and is taking steps to protect the family's reputation and coherence. However, the question remains whether this strategy will be sufficient to maintain public confidence in the institution or whether further steps will be needed to address the underlying issues. Reflecting on the current state of affairs, one cannot help but wonder if there is still a path to reconciliation between Harry and the rest of the royal family. While it is clear that significant damage has been done, it is also worth considering whether there are opportunities for healing and rebuilding trust. Reconciliation, if it is to happen, would require both sides to make a genuine commitment to understanding and respecting each other's perspectives. It would mean setting aside past grievances and working toward a common goal of family unity and public service. For Harry, this might involve recognizing the impact of his actions on his family and making a concerted effort to repair those relationships. For the royal family, it could mean finding a way to acknowledge Harry's concerns without feeling that they are compromising their own values or principles. However, as things stand, the likelihood of such reconciliation appears uncertain. The public booing at the funeral and the visible tensions between the brothers suggest that there is still a long way to go before any meaningful resolution can be achieved. The events at Lord Fellowes' funeral have once again highlighted the deep and complex tensions within the royal family. Prince Harry's reception at the funeral, marked by public booing, served as a stark reminder of the challenges he faces in reconciling his new life with his old one. Meanwhile, Prince William's strategic move to distance himself further underlines the growing divide between the two brothers. The incident has sparked renewed speculation about the future of the royal family and whether reconciliation is still possible. While some hope that this moment could serve as a catalyst for change, others see it as further evidence that the rift may be beyond repair. Ultimately, the path forward will require careful navigation, diplomacy, and a willingness to confront the difficult realities that have emerged over the past few years. Whether the family can find a way to heal these wounds or whether the divisions will continue to deepen remains an open question, one that will undoubtedly shape the future of the British monarchy for years to come. Thank you everyone for watching our video. Now I want to hear your opinion. Please comment below to share with me and everyone. I hope you will like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye and see you.